Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Suikoden, part 6, I think. We're still in the Senate, just randomly talking to everyone. What's this one that's there? It's just a guard, I think. Oh, fair enough. So, I'm guessing that noble doesn't like the Barows family. Faction, whatever. Oh, okay. So the two main factions are Barows and the Godwin faction. Both pretty much want to get in control. I don't think they necessarily want to get in control of, you know, the queendom, but they're just hungry for power, basically. I also want to apologize for the quality of audio in my last recording. I noticed the pulses were very loud, you know, my P's and T's and stuff. I had it all set up correctly in the first, before recording, and then I must have knocked it or something a bit closer to my mouth. So I'm hoping this one is a bit better. Still, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't test it before starting. I'm fairly good with, like, mixing and editing of audio, being a musician, but I know next to nothing about audio editing in Sony Vegas, so if anyone can help me out with adding new plugins and whatever, it'd be great. By the looks, they don't take VSTs. I could be wrong there. I'm used to using VSTs with Steinberg's Cubase 5. But yeah, I haven't really bothered to look too much into stuff you can use with Vegas. Just a couple more people to talk to down here. They're basically just explaining about Burrows and Godwin and the sacred games and the Queen and Rara Ferred. It's, you know, a pretty in-depth backstory, really, this game has. Like, to the actual amount of detail they've put into it. They just haven't thrown you into this world and told you next to nothing. And, you know, with a lot of other RPGs, they do that. They tend to just throw you in, and you kind of have to make up your own mind about what happened previously. I'm not saying, you know, all of them have done that, but in the majority of cases, a lot of them are very lacking in backstory. Yet this game is good for that. You know, it really explains, you know, how Ferred got into his position, and a lot of the other characters. So it's good in that respect, even if it does take, it does kind of make the first portion of the game before leaving this place, before leaving Sulphur a bit slow, but actually playing through it, it is quite worth the time. But yeah, so if anyone could help me out with audio editing in Sony Vegas, that'd be a great help. Whoops, I didn't mean to walk back in there. And I didn't mean to talk to her. Oh, that's right, I thought that was a person. As I said in the first video for this Let's Play, I have to record this all post-commentary, which is a tad frustrating because sometimes I've left, you know, the text on for too long on screen and that sort of thing. But it's all about a trial and error thing. Hopefully I'll get better as the series progresses. And I'm hoping I'm not being too, what's the word? Too boring or too off topic as I'm playing. That's the only problem with recording post-commentary. Well, who's in here? No one. Fair enough. Out we go then. So now we're going to go back and walk into this room here, and we'll have a cutscene. Just throw us into one of these.
Oh, if it isn't the princess! A most fortuitous meeting, yes, yes. Ah, and Her Royal Highness Sayaleeds, and His Royal Highness the Prince. Oh, and I see Kyle is with you too.
Yes, 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 he is.
Such a pleasure to run into so many people that I usually don't get a chance to see.
Check out his clothes.
Oh, yes, indeed. I, Salum Barows, am a very lucky man today, if I do say so myself.
You're such a kiss ass. Hello. Yes, well...
Oh, my, Your Royal Highness. You do sound a tad fatigued, yes.
No, just bored.
You and Her Royal Highness
You just keep
Sayaleeds
yabbering away.
just got back from an inspection visit. Did you not, sir? Oh, no wonder you're so exhausted then.
Oh, God.
Lord Barows, why have you graced us with your presence today? What business would bring a man of your stature all the way here? The Senate's in recess, after all.
A man of my stature? Oh no, oh my, you're far too
Oh, Jesus, I
kind.
thought he was gonna headbutt us.
Indeed, though it's true I've been made the head of my faction, I'm little more than a glorified facilitator. And now that the Senate is out of session, I have to run about on little errands attending to trivial details.
Oh, poor you.
Come on, Dad, hurry up. Let me say hello to the princess, too.
Ah, Euram, my, sorry about that, son.
Greetings, everyone. I trust you are all well. I am Euram Barows, son of the
I
great
do not
Salum
know
Barows.
how to take this guy. He is
Princess,
very
do you remember me,
in your
perchance?
face.
Yes, we met a few times at the Sun Palace banquets, I think.
Oh, princess, you do remember me. My, I am truly the happiest man alive. And I, too, have never once, no, not for one day.
I would like to
No,
know
not even
people
for
who
one
actually
moment
act like
forgotten
this.
how you looked, and
If,
now, with the
like, how
elegant
other people
object of my
actually react to
affection
them.
Standing before me, oh, my heart is about to flutter away. Oh, princess, you are like a precious gem in the heavens that someone
I
such
think
as
I'd pretty
could
much
never,
react
ever
just
hope to
as they
reach.
are, very creeped
Please,
out.
If you would just
And
permit
just,
me to
what?
kiss that ever so lovely hand of yours.
No.
That's more than
Thanks,
enough of that.
Miyakis.
Miyakis? Where'd you come
Just
from?
in time.
The only gentlemen allowed to touch the princess are His Majesty Farid and His Royal Highness the Prince. If you still insist on doing so, you'd better be prepared for the consequences.
Yeah, exactly.
Consequences.
The waters of the Fates
Ooh,
River
go
are really
Makeys.
cold, you know.
Oh yeah, excuses, excuses. Don't believe you for a second. Oh God, I hope not. Oh God, don't tell me he's competing. Yes, he looks strange and he is strange. Ha! I wish he would. I'd love to see him get totally slaughtered in the Sacred Games. Exactly. See, this is my point. They should have to compete themselves. It is tradition that, you know, they can hire these other people, but I don't know, it just seems cheap. I was about to say, don't disrespect Ferret. Ferret is awesome. You're not. So Salum and Barows are pretty much at each other's throat as well, you know, they both kind of want the same thing but are going about it in different ways. I just don't like either of them, they're very crap. Yeah, not the best way to describe them, but oh, they're just in your face, annoying. But, you know, in a good way for the game. If they weren't, they'd be kind of boring. I love how over the top these two are, the Barows. It just makes it interesting to just watch them, you know, flail over the royals being total kiss asses. And there they go. Me too. I don't trust him. Thanks for agreeing, Lem. Pretty much. I mean, all throughout history, wouldn't that be a lot of the nobles' points of getting into power is just to use their position to pretty much take over the world? Oh god, that would actually be hilarious to see if he became the commander of the Queen's Knights, considering it looks like he knows next to nothing about tactics and leadership. He just seems like his father's pawn. So now we should be able to talk to... we'll go see the list, which we're actually going to leave for the next episode yet again, because it's almost out of time. I mean, there's still about a minute left, but just to cut it safe, I'll cut it off here.